Are we good? All right, let's go ahead and start. 4 less than. And number x is 64. Okay, so there's one thing that's extremely important that you have to understand about the word then. The word then, and I'm going to put it on your cheat sheet, okay? The word then is your backward word, which means whatever is after goes first. What is after the word then? A number, x. So you got to write that first. What does less than mean? Look at your... It means minus, right? It's the first one, right? Less than. So how much am I going to take? 4. What does the word is mean? That's your equal sign. Very good. And how much does it equal? 64. And you're done. We're not solving. We're just writing. Are we good? All right. Let's go to the next one. Less than and is. Okay. So remember, this is your backward word. Whatever goes after that, you write first. What's after that is a number. Do you know that number? No. So what would it be if you don't know it? X. Thank you. That's your X. You don't know that number, so that's your X. But you do know that it's less than. So what math operation would that be? What math operation? Subtraction. How many am I taking? No. 9. What's my is? What does the is represent in the equation? The equal sign. And what does it equal to? 20. Now I got it. All right. So the sum of 8 and a number is 5 less than 70. All right. So that's my equal sign, right? This is. This is my equal sign, which means this is one side of the equation, and that is the other side of the equation. Okay, how do you translate the sum of 8 and a number? Do you know the number? No, it's what? X. And it's a sum of 8 and that number, so how do I write it? X plus 8. That's your backward word, right? So 70 goes first, whatever's after. Less than means what? Subtract. And how many am I taking? 5. So what's my equation? X plus 8. What is 70 minus 5? 65. So this is my equation. All right. 2 more than a number is 50. That's your equal sign. What does it equal to? Tell me what it equals to. 50. Yay? All right. You have your backward word. That goes first. Do you know the number? So what is it? X. You know that it's more than, so what math operation would that be? Division? Adding. And how much are you adding? 2. So x plus 2 equals 50. Are you with me? You're not talking to me, so I'm assuming that you're not. All right, what would I highlight? Sum. What am I adding? N and 5. And then this is your equal sign, right? And less than, because that's your backward word. So this is your equal sign, which means that's one part of the equation, and this is another part of the equation. What is the sum of n and 5? How do you translate that? Thank you. It's exactly that, n plus 5. This is your backward word. 15 goes first. Less than means what? Subtraction? Take away how many? 5. It's right there, 5. All right, so that's my equation. N plus 5 equals, what is 15 minus 5? 10. All right, are we good? All right, so what do I highlight over here? A number and then minus, right? Because is 30. All right, do you know the number? Okay, first of all, this is your equal sign, right? What does it equal to? 30. You don't know the number, right? So that will be your x. What is minus? Is exactly that, minus. And how many are you taking away? 10. So there's your answer. All right, what would you highlight on the next one? Sum of a number and 5 is 13, right? That's your equal sign. How much is it equal to? 13. It's a sum. Do you know the number? So that will be your what? X. And how much are you adding to that x? 5. There you go. Are we good? Are we sure? Because you're not talking to me, so I'm assuming this is a little hard. Are we good, babies? All right, what should I highlight on the next one? Sum and is, right? Okay, so this is my equal sign. How much is it equal to? 20. Yes? All right, if it's a sum, I gotta have an addition. And what two things am I adding? A and 8. So A plus 8 equals 20. There you go. All right, what do we got? A number times is. All right, so is my equal sign. How much is it equal to? 27. Do you know the number? So that's x. But you do know that it's 3 times that. So, no, the coefficient first. So 3, it's always the number first. Very good. It's 3x. Okay, that's good. That was pretty good. We just forgot that the number is always first. That is all. Yay? All right. Twice a number is backward word. More than. Very good. So this is your equal sign. Whatever goes after more than, you write first. So what's first? 6. What does more than mean? Addition. And how many am I adding? 2. Very good. Now let's go the other side. Twice the number. Do you know the number? So that would be x, but it's twice that number. 2x. Very good. Now can I add the 6 and the 2? I sure can, right? So 2x equals, what's 6 plus 2? 8. Good job. Yay? All right, you can put this in your notebook. On classwork, yes. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight in the front. And if you guys want to turn to the back, because you have a clear, right? You have an empty back. You can go ahead and do, we're not solving. We're just translating today. That's all we're doing. Because I know it's a little bit overwhelming. All right, are we good? Thank you. All right, so you guys can highlight with me, and then when we get ready to show your work, you can turn your page and do it on the back, right? All right, let's highlight first. The length of a rectangle is 3 times the width. The perimeter is 96. And then tomorrow we're solving. Today we're just translating. And then on this, we're going to go back to this, and then we're going to find the width and the length. But right now we're just translating. Okay? All right, so let's make a picture. That's the most important part. It's a rectangle. The length is the longest part. And then the width, you should be longer than what you are wider, right? So that we can walk. All right? Are we good? All right. So what do you have information for? It says the length of the rectangle is. So it's giving you, if I tell you Miss Marine is the coolest thing ever, am I giving you information about myself? Yeah, I'm telling you that I'm the coolest thing ever. And you better agree with me, right? Thank you. So I'm giving you information about the length, which means you don't know what the width is. So if you don't know, it's always what? X. Very good. So your width is X. One of these two things is always going to be X. This problem we'll talk, all these problems we'll talk about one, we'll talk about 2 or 3 things. Always one of them needs to be X because you don't know it. All right. So it says that the length is 3 times the width. But the width is X. So what would the length be if it's 3 times that? I'm talking Chinese today, aren't I? All right, let's do it again. If the width is, do we understand why the width is X? Because we don't have information about the width, okay? It's telling me the length is, but it's not telling me the width is. Yay? All right, the length is 3 times that. So what? Say it. 2x, 3x. Very good. It's 3x. Now what happens on a rectangle? This side and that side, what are they? The same. So if this is 3x, what is that? 3x. And what happens with this side and that side? They're the same. So if this is x, that will be x. Now you guys wrote on the addition, one of the words was perimeter, right? So to figure out the perimeter, you have to what? Add all the sides up, right? Do you know what the perimeter is? What is the perimeter? 96. With me? All right, so we're going to add all the sides. What is 3x plus 3x? 6x. One more x, 7x. One more x, 8x. So 8x equals 96, and that's my equation. We're not solving today. 3, 6, 7, and 8, and that should be equal to all of it to the perimeter, which is 96. Yay? You sure? All right, let's go to number 2. So everybody needs to be writing this, right? Everybody wrote this? On the back? Or right beside it or somewhere, but we need to write this. I'm not decorating the board, Leslie. No. And you guys probably need to watch this class because you're not talking to me, so I'm assuming this is hard. So you need to watch this class again today if you need to. Juliana, you haven't changed the... We're on the you do. All right, are we ready for number 2? All right, let's go to number 2. The length of a rectangle is 5 meters greater than the width, and the perimeter is 150. All right, so perimeter equals 150. We have another rectangle that's got a length and a width. So they're giving me information about who? The length or the width? Read it again. The length. It says the length of the rectangle is. So which means you don't know anything about the width, so that's your x. So if this is x, that side over there is also going to be x, right? All right, so it says, look, I have a backward word, don't I? Whatever goes after that, which is width, right, goes first. What's the width? X. If it's greater than, what math operation would that be? Plus. And how many am I adding? 5. And if this side is x plus 5, what is that side over there? X plus 5. Very good. So now, for the perimeter, it all has to add up, right? So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4 x's. Thank you. 4x. This is why she says 10, because there's a 5 and another 5 over there. And 4x plus 10 equals what? 150, because that's the perimeter. Good job. Yay? We got it? I'm not going to throw away this because you're going to need it for tomorrow when we start solving. All right, so let's go to number 3. I know. Am I boring you to death today? All right. The width of a rectangle is 12 centimeters less than the length, and the perimeter is 156. All right, so the perimeter equals 156, and we have another rectangle, and that's the length, and that's the width. Who do we have info for? The width. It says the width of the rectangle is. So you have info about the width, which means the length needs to be x. Very good. So you have your backward word. What's after then would be length. And what's your length? X minus 12, because it says less than 12. Very good. So if this side is x, that side is x, and if this side is x minus 12, this side is x minus 12. All right, so let's see. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 x's, and then negative 12 and negative 12. Very good, negative 24. And if you don't know it, just put it in that darn calculator. And that should be equal to 156. Yay? All right, one more. One more. Well, not for this. We're going to do something else, because I feel like I'm overwhelming you. All right, so the length of a rectangle is 2 centimeters less than 7 times the width. Perimeter is 60. And it's another rectangle. All right. Okay, who do you have info for? The length. Very good. It says the length of a rectangle is, which means your width is x. All right, you have a backward word, right? 7 times the width. What's 7 times the width? 7x. Very good. 7x. If it's less than, it would be what? Subtraction. And how many am I taking? 2. All right. So if this side is x, that side would be x. And if this side is 7x minus 2, this side is 7x minus 2. All right. So let's see what we can add. 7x, 7x, and x. So 7 and 7 would be 14, 15, and 16x. There you go. Minus 4 equals 60. Yay? All right. Put that in there. Let's take the pink out. The scavenger hunt that you guys were doing yesterday? Yeah, we're going to try to finish that, okay? So you can get up and move around. I know that was a little too much for today.